Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another new video, and today I've got my top 12 fragrances for the fall season, and these are all designer. It's great to work with designer fragrances. There's not always very unique fragrances. These are very simple. They're very simple to understand, easy to go with perfumes, but at the same time they're extremely likable and you kind of fall in love with them most of the time. Another thing about designer fragrances is that they are very easy to find. So if you are finding it difficult to get a niche fragrance this fall season and in the coming winter season as well, you can try, because of the lockdown and everything else, you can try one of these fragrances which is easy to locate, easy to find near you. They are also available at various stores or with one of the perfume dealers. So without further ado, let's just jump into the video. The first fragrance that I have in hand is definitely one of my favorites, but I don't always use it that much, primarily because I feel this is much more of a cold weather fragrance. But this is such a gorgeous perfume that in October, when we have so much of festivities coming up around the corner in India, you know, it's like a festive month, of course, and that kind of an atmosphere, when this perfume will do very good with that kind of an environment. During the festive season, if you're going out, you need long lasting perfumes, so longevity, projection, everything, heavy sillage. So this has, in my opinion, everything, and this is a gorgeous perfume. This is Viva La Juicy Gold Couture. Smooth, creamy, very delicious, caramelly, vanilla, amber, a lot of fruity floral infusion as well. This is so beautiful, and in my opinion this is a very appropriate teenage fragrance as well. If you have a teenager around you and you want to give them a perfume to start with this year, this can be the best choice. And age has got nothing to do with perfumes, in my opinion. So if you could be of any age group and you could still fit into this perfume perfectly well. But I feel that this is more of a winter perfume, so I may be using it a little later this month. But with the festivities, as I said, you need something with a good projection and a heavy sillage, and this fits the bill perfectly. So my first choice for the fall season will be Viva La Juicy Gold Couture. The next perfume that I have here with me is one of my very old perfumes. This is a perfume that I've been carrying with me for quite a few years now, and it is an absolute favorite. And this is from the time when I did not start this channel, long time back actually, and this is Versace's Crystal Noir. It's coconutty, it's beautifully woody, and there's a little bit of spicy accord to it. I mean, it's beautiful. You can actually get the pepper and the cardamom and the coconut. Oh my god, this is so beautiful. And honestly speaking, I have not been using this because of the lockdown, and I hardly went out in the earlier months of the year. But this is a perfume I even use in the hotter months as well. I feel comfortable. This is a very feel good kind of a perfume, and let me tell you very clearly, this is the EDP, not the EDT. I have the EDP and I've sniffed the EDT as well at the stores, and I did not like it. The EDP, in my opinion, is amazing, while the EDT leaves a lot to be desired. The EDT, the eau de toilette, did not impress me that much. The eau de parfum is amazing. This can be an easy blind buy, and you will not regret it. So this one has spicy pepper, cardamom. This has gardenia, coconut. This has sandalwood, amber, and musk. This is definitely one of my daytime perfumes as well as nighttime. This is like an all the time. You know, it has come out of the cupboard, means it's going to stay till the end of winter, and it's going to, I think this year I will finish it. The next perfume in my hand is one of my feel good perfumes again, and this I feel is the perfect party kind of a perfume. again, it matches very well with this month, because apart from the fall season, this, as I said, this is our festive month, and we have so many celebrations coming up one after the other, and there'll be a lot of course, with the pandemic situation, there's a lot of curtailment, a lot of restrictions going around, but then people will meet. I mean, families will catch up with one another, and family get-togethers, friends will meet up one another. So definitely you will need perfumes to kind of up your style statement. And this Carolina Herrera's Good Girl will be a perfect, oh my god, this will be a perfect style statement for all those special occasions. And I don't know why, because every time I have used this perfume, there's something about this. There's a little bit of freshness at the opening, followed by the vanilla, tonka bean and the spices, and then there's this intensity, this beautiful intensity, that makes me feel like a diva actually. And of course, for 2019, this was like, I think this was the highest selling perfume across the world. And not just the design of the bottle, but the perfume itself is gorgeous. It has jasmine and tuberose, and as I've said this before, that I kind of struggle a little bit with tuberose, but not with this. So beautiful, and so beautifully evenly balanced out that no note is actually getting too heady or headache inducing at any point. But yes, the tonka bean definitely shines in this perfume beautifully and kind of balances everything together. It's like a well blended, beautifully blended perfume. So this one has jasmine and tuberose along with roasted tonka bean, vanilla, spices like cinnamon, clove and almond. Almond is not a spice, of course. And it has cocoa and coffee as well. And it is a gorgeous perfume. The next perfume, I don't think it needs any introduction. This is one of my favorites. This is Mon Guerlain. Oh. As I said at the start of this video, designer fragrances are just so very likable, so incredibly pleasing to the nose and to the eyes in every way. It just kind of makes you feel like a diva. It makes you feel special. And Mon Guerlain is one such perfume that perfectly explains that, whatever I said about designer fragrances. This is again, in my opinion, one of the best sandalwood and vanilla combinations I have come across. Of course, it has a little bit of freshness at the opening that comes from the bergamot. The lavender is beautifully blended, but the sandalwood vanilla combination is just heavenly to my opinion. In my opinion, it matches. And again, one more thing, I don't know how many of you will agree, because I've seen so many videos where the longevity of this one has been questioned. But trust me, on my skin, this lasts forever. This lasts for a good 6 to 7 hours minimum, and it lasts even longer on my clothes. So I am very happy with the longevity. And honestly speaking, sometimes fragrances are reviewed, and their first opinion tends to be like, this is a very long lasting perfume, but in the end you will see the results are very different. Whereas with this one, I've used it so many times, and each time it has never disappointed me ever. So the notes are lavender, bergamot, jasmine, sambac and iris. It has vanilla, sandalwood and coumarin at the base. The next perfume that I have in hand, brings a smile to my face every time I hold this, because I was not even supposed to buy this. I did not even plan to buy this. This is Dolce & Gabbana's The Only One. I went to the store, I went to Sephora to buy the one, the golden edition bottle, which was the one, I think, yes. And I ended up, that was not available, that was out of stock, and I ended up buying this. It was on the spur of the moment, and I just took a hasty decision. When I came back home, I thought, maybe it was not the best decision. I did not buy the right one. I should have stuck to my original plan of waiting for the one. But then after a while, when I started using this, this is gorgeous. In one word, this is so gorgeous. And most importantly, I have often worn this in the daytime. It has never disappointed me. The heaviness of the cocoa caramel blend along with the floral infusion, you know, it's so beautifully blended. And most importantly, this kind of lasts for a really long time. It has a very good longevity, and with time the dry down is so beautiful. It's just amazing, both on the skin and on your clothes. This is like heaven. And so the notes here, the top notes have orange, violet and bergamot. The middle notes comprise of coffee, iris, rose, pear, orange blossom, and the base notes comprise of patchouli, caramel and vanilla. So both this one and Mon Guerlain has a beautiful, very limited but a beautiful touch of iris powderiness as well. That's something which is very noticeable in this, which is less noticeable in Mon Guerlain, but it is there and it makes it even more beautiful. You talk of designer fragrances, you cannot leave this one out. This is the next fragrance that I'm going to talk about. This is Christian Dior's Addict. The bottle design is beautiful, but the perfume inside is heavenly. Again, this is a longevity master. You know, when I was buying all these perfumes, that was the main thing. How long does it last? And this one lasts easily for about 8 hours on my skin and even longer on my clothes. I remember it clearly because last year I used to wear this a lot, very often, and I used to kind of count how long I can actually sniff it so I can say it on the videos, because I was new and I had these things in mind. So, you know, even though I've been using perfumes for a long time, I was kind of learning as I was doing these videos. I remember very clearly now. So this one has a great longevity, but most importantly, the perfume is very addictive, very sensuous, very romantic kind of a perfume. And I don't know why, this is like a vanilla masterpiece. This is vanilla, white flowers, but to me I get a little bit of sandalwood as well. And I know this one does not have sandalwood. This is the later formulation, the newer formulation. I think this is the 2014 formulation. Yeah, but I just love this perfume. This is, wow. So it has orange blossom, this has jasmine, this has vanilla, this has tonka bean, and a hint of sandalwood in my opinion. That is my observation. This one officially does not have any sandalwood, but notes apart, this is a diva. You know, with the summer season now a thing of the past, we are now heading towards the winters, and you know, the weather is just changing, and this is one perfume that is going to make you feel so much more comfortable as you cope with the new trends of the weather. Of course, I mean, the summer heat is gone, the wind is starting to be a little colder, a little crispier, and you know, it's starting to get a little more you know, chilly in the mornings and especially in the evenings. So this is one perfume, even if you're staying at home, even if you need a perfume for yourself at some point of time, you can always depend on Orchidee Vanille by Van Cleef & Arpels. And this, if I had to define it for myself, this is my me time fragrance, because this is so much more than a vanilla cake. This is a beautiful vanilla cake that you would want to wear. Yes, this is again a vanilla masterpiece, but it's not just vanilla. This is there's so much more going on here, and the effect of this perfume, I can tell you, is a warm, cozy, comfortable and comforting kind of a fragrance. It's nothing loud. It stays around you like an envelope, and people coming close to you will feel it, will be able to smell it. It won't go too far away from you. It won't travel. It won't introduce you to a room, but at the same time you will be able to kind of smell yourself very, very beautifully for hours. And I feel this is, I keep saying this is my me time fragrance, because this is something I don't wear when I'm going out. I wear it when I'm just by myself reading a book on a couch and enjoying my time with myself. So that is one time for which I save this perfume. It's just beautiful. One thing that I've always noticed is that Van Cleef & Arpels perfumes, the quality is despite being a designer fragrance, the quality is absolutely niche, very, very high quality, and very, very signature style of a perfume, even with the other ones. And that's why I think they are very, very popular. Despite being a designer fragrance, they have received the respect of a niche fragrance. So the top notes have orange, lychee, dark chocolate, bitter almond. The middle notes have orchid, Bulgarian rose, violet, vanilla, and vanilla bean. So because this is a vanilla based fragrance, and the base notes have tonka bean, white musk, and cedar wood. So, and the beautiful fragrance will tell you it's not just a vanilla fragrance, though it's a vanilla dominated fragrance definitely, but there's so much going on here and so beautifully blended. The next perfume is an ultimate showstopper in my opinion. If you had a fashion show of fragrances, this would be definitely the showstopper. This is La Vie Est Belle by Lancome. Refreshing yet sharp and very, very gorgeous, very, very highly projecting, high on projection, high on sillage, and high on longevity. You have to give it 5 stars for everything: longevity, sillage, and projection. This is a masterpiece. This has a similar perfume notes as the only one and Mon Guerlain, which has, this has iris, this has vanilla, this has caramel, this has praline, and this has tonka bean as well. This has patchouli as well. But everything is in stronger dose. Nothing is subtle about this perfume. Most importantly, the perfume is gorgeous. It is so difficult to describe this perfume. It's like a fruity, floral, yet gourmand kind of a perfume that has, that's very sharp with the patchouli. It has the tonka bean sharpness as well, and there's a lot of caramelly creaminess with the vanilla and the praline, and it has a perfect, it strikes a perfect balance actually. It's neither sweet and creamy and delicious, no, but at the same time it's not dry and woody and sharp like that. It's a cross between the two, with patchouli and tonka bean doing its work beautifully, along with the vanilla and the praline, and of course the other notes as well. So the powderiness from the iris only augments that beauty. I just can't explain. In my opinion, in my collection, this is one of the best. If I have to just name one perfume, this is from the designer shelves, this will be one perfume that I can't do without. So the notes have blackcurrant, pear, iris, jasmine, orange blossom, vanilla, praline, patchouli, and tonka bean. And if you ask me, for the fall season through the winter months, this is suitable for any time of the day: morning, evening, daytime, nighttime, every time. The next perfume here with me is also another favorite of mine, and as I said, none of these are any point can be graded because they are all favorites and I actually use all of them. Yes, with a lot of niche fragrances in the recent months or last year that I got, sometimes I use those more often, but that's not to say that I've forgotten my designer fragrances. As I said, they are easily very likable, and there's no complexity to understand over here, which makes them easy to use, easy to understand, easy to, you know, kind of relate with. So the next one is Tom Ford's Black Orchid. A little bit sweet, a little bit sharp, and what a perfect balance. This, in my opinion, is perfect for both men and women. But yes, with time, especially in the dry down and after say 1 or 2 hours, it tends to get a little sweet, which may not be the preference of every man, of course, but I know of many men who love to wear this one, and it's easily very likable. This is a little bit of spiciness, little bit of earthiness, a lot of earthiness actually, if you ask me, and a lot of muskiness. There's this musky earthiness about it that's just addictive, completely addictive. If you know, I could go on sniffing it like this. So it has a lot of notes actually. It has jasmine, it has French jasmine, it has ylang ylang, it has black truffle, it has black currant, citruses, there's gardenia, lotus, fruity tones, black orchid of course, and then there is oriental incense, white musk, warm amber, patchouli, and a hint of Mexican chocolate. So yes, you just know it's a beautiful fragrance and you would love to wear this all the time. This can be a signature perfume as well. This is one of the oldest perfume in my collection. This was launched in 1992, and I've used very little of it actually. I'd given it to my mother, but then she also uses very judiciously. So this one, I love the bottle. This is Chopard's Casmir, and this is a vanilla based fragrance. I have used I'm actually going to use this after a long time. Beautiful. This may seem a little synthetic, but it's also kind of a little bit gourmand kind of a vanilla. And with the first few seconds, there's a little bit of freshness, which makes it sound a little synthetic. I don't know, but with time, the vanilla becomes gorgeous. Vanilla kind of blooms with time. And after 1 or 2 hours on your clothes and on your skin, the vanilla comes alive in this fragrance. That's how I remember it, and it's a beautiful vanilla. That much I can tell you. It's not your typical cake batter kind of vanilla. So if you're expecting that kind of gourmand vanilla, forget about it. This is a different kind of a vanilla. This is like vanilla infused with a lot of floral notes. The floral notes don't take over vanilla at any point, but only gives vanilla a different dimension. It's a beautiful vanilla. It has peach, apricot, blackcurrant, raspberry, mango, coconut, and bergamot. It has mandarin orange, carnation, cinnamon, jasmine, geranium, and lily of the valley. And then it has vanilla, benzoin, tonka bean, opoponax, amber, musk, patchouli, and sandalwood. I don't get patchouli and sandalwood. I just get a lot of floral infused vanilla. That's how I get it, and especially even on my skin, after a few hours, it's like vanilla with a lot of flowers, and it's very lovable. And then this one, if you're talking about fall and winter, and if you don't have this, if you don't talk about this, you have something missing in your collection if you are a frag head. So this is Angel Muse. This reminds me of Vie Est Belle. This is very much on the same line, but this is gorgeous because in a different way. Pink pepper, patchouli, and of course that, you know, the chocolatey. I've heard of this being a chocolate bomb, but I don't get too much of chocolate over here. I get a balance of chocolate and patchouli, and that's amazing. That's amazing. But the first impression, even if when you sniff it like this, it reminds you of Vie Est Belle, but when you have it on your skin, it's different. It's like this chocolatey flavor infused with patchouli and vetiver, and you know, a bit of spiciness at the top. The sharp peppery tone is there. So this is Angel Muse, and I think for cold day mornings, for a cold day winter morning, this would be an amazing wear. Of course for the evenings as well, but I'm going to try out, you know, this wildly cold mornings. It's very hard to get those kind of mornings over here, but yes, 1 or 2 days will be like that, and I'm going to wear this one. I'm going to check this out. The last perfume in my hand is one of my favorites and one of my go-to. I think last year November, this was my go-to fragrance. Every day I was wearing this at some point or the other, whether I'm going out or I'm at home. I don't know how much of it is left, but this was, I remember last November, this was like the single most used perfume in my collection. And this is Narciso Rodriguez EDT for her. Musk all the way. This is a musk you have to buy if you want to know what is musk all about. This is like, in my opinion, this is like a masterpiece of musk fragrance. Musk is the center of attraction over here, and it is the key player, the key actor in this perfume, but there are other things that are kind of helping the musk to shine. It has musk at the center, of course, but then there is patchouli, there's sandalwood, there's amber, and then there's orange blossom, that all work together to give this perfume the beauty, the depth, and that addictive appeal, that seductive addictive appeal that it has. And if you don't know what I mean, you have to, you know, sniff this at Sephora or any other store where this is easily available, and you will know what I mean. And it makes life so much easier to have this kind of a perfume in your collection, because then you are like easily sorted. And with that, I have come to the end of my top 12, and I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I loved bringing it to you. I will see you soon with another video. Till then, lots of love and bye.